Hi, my name is Jeffrey Schroeder, and I will be presenting to you wind and solar energy systems. I believe these systems are our best option in replacing our current primary source of energy, which is fossil fuels. With fossil fuels, they are not very consistent. They're not really a source of energy that we know is going to be around forever. So it's something that we need to replace soon. For a lot of people, for a lot of villages, countries, it's not very easy access for them to get, and so I believe that wind and solar is a good option for them as well, because it's something that we have always had with us. It's something that we know is going to be around forever, and it's something that can end up costing nothing in the end. It's also very safe for the environment, whereas fossil fuels is actually very harmful. It's been destroying our ozone layer, which is what we need to protect us and keep us alive on Earth. So for wind energy systems, what we will be using is wind turbines. Now, wind turbines come in different shapes, sizes, and forms, depending on the region, the use that you're going to have for it, and the amount of energy you're going to need them to produce. So for these three here I put in, I have the older system to kind of show that wind energy has been around for quite some time. It's been around in ancient times with, sailboats, ships. It's been around since before the Egyptians even. It's just been one of those things we've always had, but we've never really been able to convert from just using it from moving to place to actual electricity until now. The only downside with wind turbines is it needs open spaces. It needs a lot of space for its turbines to move safely so that it doesn't harm anyone, and so that it gets enough breeze to turn the blades of the turbine. So here I have the cost adjustments that you're going to normally face when putting in a wind turbine. You have the control software, which doesn't really change. It's very consistent with every turbine. But the blade, the transmission parts, the cooling system, the generator, the control system, and the lighting protection all are things that need to change depending on the altitude and the region that you put it in. For desert areas, you're going to have a better cooling system than a turbine that's going to be in the tundra or in Alaska or some places like that do not get a lot of high temperature readings. And then with transmission parts, that's the gears inside. These things are very brittle, if not the right material for them, because in cold areas they will break, and that will cause a lot of maintenance issues, a lot of repair costs for the people that are going to need the energy. Next is the solar energy. With solar energy, we use solar panels like the ones here. And on here, I'm illustrating that you can use them for industrial uses, you can use them for individual uses, and you can use them for each company can have them for their own buildings so that they're self-sufficient in their energy, which makes the cost fairly consistent for actually installing them, but then it also means that you'll be saving a lot of money later on down the road. The only downside is you do require a lot of consistency with your sunlight. I wouldn't recommend putting these in places that are very shaded throughout the day, so nothing will overcast on it. So like no trees, no taller buildings. It just needs to have consistency with its sunlight. And so on here, I'm going to illustrate what a single family household will see in their costs for a solar panel, which in total they'll be paying around $19,500, which includes the system, the installation, and the operational costs. And after 25 years of using the same system, their savings for electricity will be around $22,000. So that's pretty good. You can buy yourself a new car with that. On here, I'm going to illustrate that hybrid systems is a thing where you can have both turbines and solar panels. The reason that this is actually a really good system is that when you have days where it's very cloudy and the solar panel is not going to get enough energy, but it's very windy, and so the wind turbines are going to pick up the slack from the solar panels. This is the system that you're going to need. It also works if it's not very windy but it's very sunny, and the solar panels will be your main source of energy that day. What's also really good is if you have a day where it's very windy and very sunny, you have a lot of extra energy, you're going to have these batteries that are going to take up the extra amount. And on days that you do not have either one, or it's just a very inefficient day for some reason, something could happen, I don't know. These battery banks, which are going to pick up slack and be your source of energy for that day. The only downside with this system is that it's going to be very costly, especially for an individual, but it's very efficient. It always has, you're always going to have energy with this one. So that's why I bring you to my recommendations. I recommend that if these are the systems that you want to use, that wind turbines and hybrid systems are best used for industrial use, only because of the size and the amount of maintenance costs. And the bill for particular ones can range from a few $1,000s to a couple $1 million. It really just depends on what part you're going to need in your turbine. Solar panels, on the other hand, are very versatile in that they're very small and each individual one is very cheap. So individuals can put them on their homes, or businesses or cities or states can put them out as many as they need to give them the energy that they need. But it all depends on the area that you're going to be putting them in. So if you have deserts, if there's a lot of sand, solar panels are not really the best option because they do get corroded very easily with sand. And if you have like a city and you need energy for a particular building, a wind turbine is not the best option because they need a lot of space. They're very big. And with the spinning turbines, it's very dangerous because you do have a lot of helicopters, a lot of planes that could be coming through, and it could just be a disaster. So I don't really recommend them for that. But yeah, I believe that these two are the best systems and the best options we have in replacing our current system, which is fossil fuels. And yeah, have a good day.